This is from Maine with Love and Out. This is from Maine with Love and Allagash Brewing Podcast, where we talk about beer, our community here in Maine, and things that generally make us happy. Today is the second annual Spooky Scary Story version of our podcast in honor of Haunted House, Hoppy Dark Ale.
Ooh.
On the podcast today, we have me, Brett, Liz, our marketing manager. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Provider of Scary Noise, and Tom Halstead, official title, Lord of Darkness.
Ooh, I did not know that was my official title. I need to change my
How do
email
I get
signature right now.
No, Tom is our merchandise inventory manager, but we invited him back because you were here last time, Tom. Why were you here last time exactly?
Because somebody else was going to be here and then they bailed.
Oh.
I think because they were too scared. And you were like, who else? And I happened to be walking by.
Yeah. I said that in actually a mean way. I didn't mean it because you were such a pleasure to have on the last Scary podcast that I was like, particularly, I put this together and I was like, there's no way Tom can't be on it. You have to be a part of it.
I don't think the last one ended up being as scary as we thought it was going to be. I think it was a little more humorous.
It was humorous. I think I was operating on like 1.5 hours of sleep in the last like 3 days before that one. So I was a little manic. If you listen back, I hit some notes with my voice that were a little higher than expected. Right. So to start, as always, we need to do a secret question. Tom, you get to start. The best Halloween costume you or someone in your close orbit has worn that you really enjoyed.
I'm going to go with myself.
Yes.
When I was younger, I think for 3 or 4 years in a row, I was a Grim Reaper.
Wow.
And it started out as a really great costume with like the cloak and stuff like that. And then, I was getting into my teenage years and getting taller. And then all of a sudden it was just a really short cloak. And I was probably wearing short pants and sneakers.
It turned into breakfast at Tiffany's.
It was definitely a little awkward towards the end, but it was my favorite costume and I would love to bring it back.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Great.
That's amazing.
Good.
That's a good one. Liz, you have a different question.
Okay.
Unless you have a good answer for
No,
that
I
one,
don't.
then okay, all right. I didn't really either, so I'm glad it didn't come back to me. Liz, what is the top Halloween candy?
Whew, Brett. I mean, I'm all for the chocolate candy.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
when you hit those houses and all they got is the like sugary sweet ones,
Mm-hmm.
and you consider maybe I don't want this, but then you're like, nah, I do want it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm big in like the Milky Way.
Yeah.
I love a Three Musketeers. I feel like doesn't get a lot of love, but like
Three Musketeers is good.
happy to eat your Three Musketeers.
I get a like, I want Three Musketeers to be like 80% of what I want, and then I eat it and it's like 76%, and I'm like, I got
Yes.
close.
We get a lot of trick-or-treaters, and
yeah.
they don't seem to care about what they get, but my neighbor always gives out the king-size candy bars.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
then we're
Favorite
like,
in the neighborhood.
we get the mini ones that come in the pack of like 500. So we get traffic just because they get a lot of traffic.
That's good.
So, but-
They're like a known entity.
Oh, yeah. We're on a fairly busy street, so
Yeah.
yeah.
We have, I think in my neighborhood, there are a couple king sizers. It's like a little bit of an arms race, I think.
Yeah.
I saw some crazy large candy scenarios, and I was like, what are you people thinking?
Yeah.
They're thinking, I got too much money and not enough candy.
I think our neighbor, it's like one of his life's goals to be able to hand out king-size candy bars. It brings him so much joy that like, I just am
That's the
so
way to
happy
do it.
for him.
That reminds me of a friend of mine whose life goal in high school was to wear a new pair of socks every day. That was his like, be rich enough to have that. And like
Literally new or just washed?
like completely new. Like that was like get rich enough
What?
to do that. He has not achieved that, I don't think, but at the same time,
Oh,
like
I thought he got there in high school. I was like,
no, he didn't get
stop
there. It was just like he put that out there, and I was like, you know what? As a like a barometer of success, like if you achieve that, like that'd feel pretty darn nice to put on a fresh pair of socks every
Wow.
morning. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
That's
He's-
wild.
He just needs to put it out there to like a sock company that's like,
Yeah.
ooh, we got to get this guy.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there,
yeah.
you
That's
know?
our top
He's a
client.
sock fluencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Brett, here is my secret question for you.
Oh, thank you.
What is your favorite jack-o'-lantern face?
Oh, yes. Yes. Bad ones. Extremely poor ones. I think that's what I love.
Like they put no effort into it, or it's just like little triangle eyes.
I
or
think there's
like,
there's a solid Venn diagram of like tried hard and failed, didn't try at all and succeeded, and like just tried really hard and got somewhere super weird that's off-putting. So I think that's the center of my Venn
I
diagram.
feel like our jack-o'-lanterns always either get smashed before Halloween,
Yeah.
stolen
Yeah.
before Halloween,
Yeah.
or like it rains super hard and they just like implode.
Yeah, we had a neighbor of ours did some, I think 2 weeks ago, and they immediately just disintegrated on his porch. I'm like, that's a little early, dude.
Yeah.
You got a
You
couple
gotta
more
time
weeks.
those right.
Yeah.
He put them out October 1st.
He was just excited. No, it was
12:01 a.m.
still well into September.
Oh,
when we
come
put 'em
on.
out. So
You gotta
Yeah.
wait. Yeah, but you have those people who do like the artistic, like where they're like shaving it down. You're not even cutting all the way through.
Oh,
You're like
yeah.
shaving it
Yeah.
down so it's like different shades of no.
Yeah, no. Every year it's like, do we have a knife to cut a pumpkin?
Yeah.
And it's like, how about this butter knife?
How
You're
about
like,
this
"That's
$2 set?
Yeah.
it's either a butter knife or the largest like butcher's knife you've ever
Yeah.
seen. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's haunted house season. We mentioned it. Haunted house, dark hoppy ale. We've been making it for so long. Like
how long?
dozens, if not 13s of years, I think. I would say 2015. No, 2014 might have been one of the first ones because it was house beer. Haunted was the kind of way it was put first because it's a combination of our brewery only house beer that we've had for quite a long time and then a certain Irish beer that our Irish born engineering director loved. So we wanted to mash those two together and we got Haunted House. And that was the origin way back. That was, pilot beer submission that got a lot of love and we've just kept making it. And now it's a part of our seasonal house series. We have Surf House in the spring/summer. We have Haunted House for this season. And then we have Ski House coming up after that.
Did you know this year is the first year that we've achieved with Haunted House?
Huh.
Every 1 in 666 cans is haunted. This is the first year we were able to make that happen.
How do we do
What?
that?
Lots of weird science machines, things spinning,
Okay.
petri dishes.
Yeah,
I
a
think
lot of,
were
like, smoke.
involved. Like
Smoke.
oh yeah, tons of smoke.
Some good cackling from the cellar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
wow.
Eye of Newt.
Yeah.
We just the recipe edition. Eye of Newt.
No Eye of Newt was used in Haunted House.
We did not put Eye of Newt into the beer. If
Yeah.
you are a beer
To be clear.
inspector, yeah. And to celebrate the season of Haunted House, we are going to do what we did last year and read scary stories and react to them. Importantly, last year we kind of scrounged around the internet for some like Maine-based scary stories. Tom had really helped out with that one. This year we put it out to our fans, our newsletter subscribers, to just spook us with some stories, and we got a bunch.
Yeah. And I was a real non-believer. I was like, Brett, good luck. Nobody is going to write you a scary story. But
I felt the same way.
I was very impressed with the volume of scary stories.
I thought, my fail-safe plan was if no one submits a scary story, then this becomes a scary story about how bad our marketing is.
Yeah. Yes.
I was just excited about this idea because I pictured you opening your email every morning and just screaming. Like, "Ah,
Well,
scary
Like,
thankfully,
I
the
do that
subject
anyway.
line said scary story, and I was like, not reading that.
Nope, skip.
Yeah. Whose idea was this?
I read them and I loved them and I have them here for you. And I've so for all the folks who submitted, I have taken your stories. I have in some cases shortened them a teensy bit just to make sure we can get through all of them. But the intent and the scariness and the crux of your story remains intact, hopefully. But to be honest, I open my emails and scream every day. That's what I do.
It's the nature of email.
All right, first one. You ready for this?
Yes.
You guys ready?
Absolutely.
Comes from Catherine, and I named each of these stories too. These were not what they named them. I've decided to name them because it makes it fun for me. This one's called Party Time Spirits. So this is during Catherine's college years. A group of us would often go and visit during the off season to a house in Hyannis, Massachusetts. Just a party. The house was an old cape, very small, with 2 bedrooms upstairs and a finished basement with some additional beds. So after a little party one time, this Catherine was on a small daybed against the wall. Someone else was on a couch, and a few other people were in sleeping bags on the floor. They got settled, turned off the lights, and chatted a bit. Soon it got quiet, and people fell asleep. And just as Catherine was drifting off, she felt someone sit at the foot of her bed. She said, "Keith, is that you?" Keith has not been mentioned in this story yet, but Keith appears. And she asked if it was Keith because he was on the floor closest to her, and there was no response. So she sat up, looked around. No one else was really doing anything. It was too dark to really know. So at that point, half drunk and exhausted, as Catherine says, which I think this kind of colors the story. So we see if we believe it or not. She laid back and went to sleep. In the morning, she said something to other people about what if someone getting up and sitting on her bed. And when she mentioned it to her friend and roommate, they looked at each other with weird expressions. Apparently, they had experienced unexplained noises and other phenomena like cabinet doors left open and the toilet flushing while they were in other parts of the house.
Ooh, I got goosebumps.
It's good. I don't know. I think of this story as like there's probably a lot of drunk people in the house, or like maybe perhaps overserved folks, and like they just don't realize that other people are also awake. And it's kind of like a Scooby-Doo crossover.
I've definitely known some people that have lived in places, and it's like, how many roommates do you have? And you're like, I'm not exactly sure. Could be 20. So there might just be some people.
People
you
come
forgot.
and go.
Yeah.
People come and go. But like we have a person sitting on the edge of the bed, which is spooky, but like could have been a person sitting on the edge of the bed.
Could have been a ghost cat, ghost dog.
Unexplained phenomena like cabinet doors left open. That sounds like a person searching for a midnight snack. Toilet flushing. People do flush toilets also.
Sometimes they flush themselves if they're not sealed properly.
Can happen.
And old Cape
or
houses.
it's a haunted house.
Or it's a haunted
Could
house.
be 100%.
Let me be clear here on my stance on hauntedness. I 100%
Yeah.
think there is something going on. I cannot say whether it is ghosts or whatever, but I am like fully open to the idea of hauntedness. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a rating system?
Oh
Or
yes, Liz.
how
There
many
is.
haunted houses?
How many haunted houses out of
5 is
5.
super scary haunted house.
Yeah.
1 is like could
One
have just
is-
been drunk.
right? I'm giving this a 2.5.
5.
I- I think the way that, Brett read it, you
Mhm.
could say like a 2 or so. If
Yeah.
I was in that house and that happened to me, it'd be like a 3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I biased. I biased you. I'll try
Yeah.
not to bias the next
Yeah,
one.
I give that a 3. A
3,
A
okay.
3.
2.53. I'm gonna mark it. 2.523. I actually just remembered my scariest. I don't even think I mentioned this on the last one. My actual spookiest, weirdest haunted house story. Do you want to hear it?
Absolutely.
My friend lived in a house that was legit super haunted because he like would hear footsteps and all sort of stuff all the time. So it was me and friends, and we were hanging out. Not even that late night, but late-ish night, middle teenager-ish people, probably 10 people. And we were in like a little sort of porch area that had like, the glass walls all
Mhm.
around it, sort of the glass windows. So we were all sitting there chatting, and one window on like one side of the room starts to shake, and the windows shake successively around the room all the way. And there are 2 doors that lead into this room. Both doors, the doorknobs turned, and then the doors opened. And all 10 of us were there being like, what? And we just experienced it. Nothing else happened. And that was what happened. And it was like, that was an incredibly haunted thing to occur. So,
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I'm like ready to cry. Okay. Keep going. I can't think about that.
if
all
that
right.
window starts
Why am I
rattling right
here?
now,
I
What?
hate scary things.
You hate scary things? There's not too.
Woo!
They're not that scary. All right.
Okay.
I'll try. Liz, you might be the perfect guest. Then. I'm sorry.
would it be helpful if Brett
Uh,
took his mask off?
yeah.
Is that adding to the scary?
Yes.
It's not helping. All right. This one comes from Meg, and I titled this one "Sleeping with the Fishes." So when I was a kid, we camped every summer on Myers Beach at Flagstaff Lake in western Maine. Truly beautiful place where the mountains meet the lake. Flagstaff is the largest man-made lake in the state, created nearly 75 years ago when the towns of Flagstaff Plantation and Dead River were deliberately flooded. So my dad loved to spook us around the campfire, and one story in particular kept me out of the water at night. When the towns were flooded, he said everything was swallowed. Homes, schools, even the cemetery, the headstones were carefully removed, but the bodies, he claimed, were not. According to my dad, they still rest at the bottom of the lake, sleeping in the shadows. creepy.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a
It's
kid,
very-
that would no way going in that lake.
No way.
I like how it says kept her out of the water at night.
Yeah.
As if like I feel like I'd stay out of the water at night no
I know.
matter what.
I don't like the water at night.
No,
It is spooky. You need to kind of just.
I
It's just
like it.
black.
Okay.
Yeah. That was good. All right.
Yeah.
What's our rating? Tommy, go first.
all I could think of was "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" How they flood they like almost get caught in the flooded town.
That's
That's all I
right.
could think of. I got very distracted. It's a good movie.
We're gonna rate this. Oh, brother, where art thou?
Yes, love it. Perfect.
All right.
That movie, 10.
Oh man, Coen Brothers. Don't get me started. I love it. All right, Liz.
That's a 2 for me.
2. Okay, 2.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a.
I don't think we should be flooding towns anymore.
Why did you flood the town, Meg? No.
It's
not
it
your
was
fault.
Meg's dad who flooded the
It
town.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did he flood the
Yeah.
town just for a story to creep out his kids? That's terrible.
These woods ain't scary enough.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5. We're gonna go back to 2.5. Ooh, I like this one. This is from Kim, and it's called Cool Jazz.
Cool. Yes.
We stayed at a hotel. We stayed at the Hotel Monteleone, I think that's how you'd say it, in New Orleans the week before Katrina hit.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Scene
New Orleans is
setting.
already scary.
Yeah. A lot of ghosties.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Too many po' boys. I needed to use the restroom, so I used one in the lobby. I was washing my hands, and the sink, 5 basins down, turned on. No one else was in the room. Also, we took a ride to the top floor to see the pool on floor 11 or 12. I can't remember exactly which. Pretty close to floor number 13, if you ask me. The elevator stopped, and the door opened. No one there again, but a freezing cold air came rushing in the elevator. I can't explain.
I mean, I feel like there are isn't there there are haunted hotels.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. We got another one coming in here. Don't worry. We got haunted hotels in this little smattering. So what do we think? I mean, faucet turning on.
That's
But
good.
is it one of the ones where you put your hands under and they automatically turn on? Like it might have just been faulty.
Maybe the cold breeze just wanted to wash its hands.
It's true.
Yeah, it just went under the.
I think I would not. I would go to bed being like, yeah, like the faucet, the cold air.
Yeah, especially if it had like a turny handle.
If it-
you got
yeah.
the squeak in there.
Yeah.
Anytime something moves
Yeah.
and you can't tell why it's moving like
Yeah.
that, doorknobs, no, scary.
Doorknob's scary. All right, what are we giving it? What's the rating?
3.
3. Okay, we got a 3.
What floor was it? They said they were.
11 or 12.
That's my rating right there. 11 or 12.
Oh, I love it. I'm gonna rate this one po' boy. All right, cool. All right, that's great. These are great. Oh, all right. So this one's I think I don't want to bias you. Dang it, I like this one a lot. So this one's from Diane, and I named it Soldiering On. So my daughter is now 26 years old, but around the time she was 11 months old, very, very small. So we got a baby in this story.
Oh, boy.
We made the first of our mostly annual trips, road trips from St. Louis to Maine to visit my husband's family. Since I hadn't really traveled a whole lot up until then, I thought it'd be cool to see a few things along the way, and I really wanted to see Gettysburg Battlefield. We were walking around the area of the triangular field in Devil's Den, making our way eventually to Little Round Top. It was a really pretty day. So these are all battlefields of Gettysburg. It was a really pretty day, blue sky and lovely weather, but it was just super quiet, and there were really not a whole lot of people around. I was carrying my daughter, and as we were walking down a path with absolutely nobody around then that we could see, she started waving and saying hi to people who weren't there. Just looking around with a
Oh,
sweet
that-
little child's wave and a super cute hi, like we were just walking down the aisle at a grocery store. Oh.
Oh God.
This went on right up until we left the Little Round Top area. This has to be one of the creepiest things that I've ever witnessed. Oh, that's it.
That's a very
5.
good one.
Yeah,
5.
That's a 5.
Yeah.
that's a 5.
That's scary.
Yeah,
What did you say? Was that Devil's Den?
yeah.
Like, it's kind of a little bit on the nose if you're haunting
Yeah,
Devil's
yeah,
Den.
yeah.
I just want to say.
Yeah.
Civil War generals, you should have named your battlefields better.
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
What good did you think was going to happen at Devil's Den
Yeah,
as
yeah,
you were fighting? I think that probably was a pre-existing name. Yeah, this is a 5 for me.
All 5s.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
great.
Baby. I feel like also animals have extra
I was thinking that too.
senses,
Yeah,
like, they're
baby.
just
Yeah.
like, oh
Mm.
no.
Yeah, it's good. All right. I don't know. This one's it's not long, but this one's great. This is awesome. And thank you, Joanne, for sending it in. So I'm going to call this one Wayside Too Creepy. So this one starts so strong. You ready for this? I'm a paranormal investigator called
my God.
Paranormal New England.
Oh my God.
Isn't that
Yes.
awesome?
There you
And
go.
thank you for loving Allagash and being in our audience.
I know. So we receive a lot of calls from folks asking us to check out their homes for what they think may be paranormal phenomena. The good news is 98% of the time we can dismiss many of these claims as non-paranormal in nature. Often those bumps in the night are simply rodents in the attic.
They also have a side hustle with rodent removal if you're interested.
98% of their funds comes from removing rodents. All right. We even had a case when someone was convinced their home had poltergeist activity, and it was simply a case of hoarding, where the homeowner had boxes stacked so high that they were falling due to stacking and not a result of an evil entity.
Oh, no.
All right. So, but there's one place we always come back to, and that's the Wayside Inn in Sudbury, Maine. Over the 10 or more years we've investigated at Wayside, we've recorded several unexplained occurrences. We've caught a black mist on camera darting out from the bed and then shifting back into the wall. We've captured
I didn't know that
audio.
was a thing.
Yeah.
Black mist. We've captured audio of a woman crying, whom we think may be a residual haunting of Jerusha Howe, who lived at the Wayside. We also have the audio of what sounds like piano music playing. And upon one visit, while we were all dining out downstairs, we were surprised to find the water faucet inexplicably running full blast in the bathroom. These dang water
Yes, water
faucets.
faucets.
These haunted water faucets.
There's a drought right now, so please
Ghosts.
stop
Yeah.
haunting the faucet.
Yeah.
Haunt the paper towel dispenser. That's
If you
slightly
have
less
to.
wasteful. Yeah. All right. Our adventures and research at the Wayside Inn continues and keeps us coming back for more. I highly recommend you grab your favorite Allagash beverage at the Wayside's bar. You might just find that a ghostly entity will drop by to keep
Oh
you
my God.
company.
Oh, man.
We gotta go, but
I
also
know.
I am not going.
You gotta go.
I'm not going.
What if it was like for lunch? Not overnight. It's not dark out.
Yeah, maybe that's a good point.
You know, summer.
If
could
it's
be
light
outside.
outside, I
Yeah.
would feel better about that.
If we really had our stuff together, we would have already gone there and like had a little recorder and recorded our lunch there. Oh,
Yeah.
But
Wow.
that's a follow-up
okay.
episode. Isn't that good?
That's an expert.
Yeah, this is an expert. I love
That's good.
love that they have the BS meters high. You know?
Yeah. Also, I actually feel like a lot of comfort knowing that, like, I'll be like, it's just a rat.
That's
It's
right.
just the rats.
It's just our house rats.
Yeah.
All got a rat problems.
Yeah.
They're just rats turning the doorknobs and shaking the windows. Oh, those rats. 4.9.
Yeah.
4.9.
That the black mist really.
Yeah. The
That
shifty
part's-
black
yeah,
mist.
that's-
I don't like that.
Yeah. The paranormal. Did you ever? Were either of you watchers of paranormal investigation shows ever?
A little bit, but not. I never really got super into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I watched a lot.
I
of
don't
them.
really even know. Like, I assume it's like activity from another realm or era but I don't even know.
I feel like it was a lot of like, oh my gosh, what is that? Commercial break. Now we're back. It was nothing. Oh my gosh, what is that? Commercial break. We're back. Oh, it was the rats.
That was one tactic of
Yeah.
those shows for
Yeah.
absolute certain.
Yeah.
The other was that of my favorites was they would get UAPs, unexplained audio phenomenons,
Oh.
and so, but it would be like they would be like listening to the audio and they'd be like, "Wait, what was? Did you hear that?" And then they'd like play it back and it would be like. And they'd be like, he said, you're not supposed to be in here and you should get out of here. Didn't you hear that? And then they play it back again. It's like, or like so
You're
non.
like, wow.
You're like, that's not what is happening right now. But there was some stuff that was pretty good.
It was definitely somebody's like tummy rumbling. You know, they're hungry,
Exactly.
skipped lunch.
So just moved a chair. Anyway, thank you, Joanne. That was a great one. All right. We only have a couple more. Three. No, 4. Actually, 3.5. We're going to call it. This is quite long, but I think it's going to be worth it. I'm calling this one from Terry, Incomplete Property Disclosure. So when Terry was a kid, her parents bought a resort in northern Wisconsin. A couple of years into being in there, things started to happen suddenly. Lights turned on and off on their own. Electrical appliances started to stop by themselves. You would put down something down in a room and it'd come back and it moved somewhere else. Pictures would fall off the wall where they've been hanging. We heard footsteps at night. There's a lot of haunting going on. So her parents called a family meeting, sat us down at the kitchen table and told us they didn't understand what was going on. They don't think it was going to hurt us. But the main point of the meeting was that the dad warned everyone to not say anything because he thought people would think they were crazy. To the point where he said that during that time, occasionally people would check out of a cabin and ask my dad, have any other guests mentioned things happening at night? And my dad would innocently ask, like what? And they would talk about things like footsteps, curtains moving, rocking chairs starting to rock on its own. And straight face, my dad would say, "No, never. That's weird."
This is the first time hearing of it.
Thus the name of the story. So activity started suddenly, went on for about a pretty active pace for about 6 weeks, and then stopped just as suddenly as it began. And then a few months later, they learned that when their dad was tending the bar, that someone asked him, "Hey, did you hear that so-and-so died?" My dad wasn't familiar with the name, but it turned out it was a prior owner of the resort, well known to the area, and the date that this person died coincided with their paranormal activity. So they think it was the former owner
Getting
pulling
his
tricks.
final hurrah.
Yeah, just hanging out at the resort he
Hanging out.
loved. Yeah. I love
Oh.
that, though,
That's
that
a
he
good
would
one.
just
Yeah,
straight
yeah.
face.
Yeah.
And that they're like, we're living with it. Yeah.
It's like, that's really odd. No refunds.
Hope you enjoyed your stay. Rate us on Google. I just imagine him saying this as like a picture shaking behind him.
So is that blood coming down the walls? No, painting upstairs. It's the rats.
The rats.
That noise is the rats. No, but they're not rats.
Yeah.
Enjoy your stay.
Sitting your family down for the meeting, like that's intense. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't imagine if my parents were like, so
So
we don't know what's happening.
Yeah, so there are ghosties that live here. They're your new family, and we will not mention them to any guests.
To any guess.
They used to own the place. They're really not happy about our decorating.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
things might move.
Yeah. They want to reorient
man.
the kitchen.
Those are good.
That was good,
I like
right?
that
That was.
a
lot.
I like that one. All right,
We-
what's a rating? What are we giving? it?
I feel like it would say it's 4, but I'm going with 3 because of the dad and
Yeah.
how he was like, nah,
Yeah, 2.9.
I will not be had.
2.9.
Yeah.
All right, you Liz is 3. Where are you, Tom?
I'm going 5.
5.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
All
I
day,
wanna-
baby.
I want to go there.
You want to go there during the 6 weeks to experience the stuff.
I'm also concerned with, we're rating in haunted house cans, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think we've had a lot so far.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
add all this up.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Got a lot of catching up to do.
Okay.
All right, this one came from Tabitha, a little shorter. We'll let you judge for yourself. I'm calling this one Zozo skeptical about this one. So one of the one and only times I used a Ouija board, it was a homemade one my brother made. We swore we were talking to our late grandpa and left the board open and unattended to go ask our mother questions. The following day, my brother began getting attacked mentally and even physically. Cross falling off the wall, a knife flying toward him.
Nope. Gotta go.
And sticking into the wall next to him, and he wouldn't sleep in his room for weeks. We finally asked with the Ouija board who or what it was when it spelled out Zozo. Eventually, my brother had enough and demanded it leave, in which there were 2 loud bangs, then it was gone. Not even a year later, Ghost Adventures aired an episode, Ghost Adventures, the show that I was talking about, aired an episode about the Ouija board demon Zozo, filmed not even 200 miles from our home in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
No way.
So I did look it up. Zozo is kind of like a prominent internet meme demon. So perhaps this person was taking from it, or it's so famous that it's gotten to be something. When I emailed this person back, I was like, "What? A pocket? There's a knife flying at their head? That's crazy!" And they emailed back saying like it was a pocket knife or something, which I don't know if that
Still, it
helps
doesn't
me figure
matter.
anything out. Yeah, I think my fell off the shelf. So fun fact about this. The Zozo episode was actually the last episode of Ghost Adventures when there were 2 hosts, Nick Groff and Zach Baggins, and Nick left the show after that episode. I think mostly because of creative differences, not
Not
necessarily
because
of
the
the scary
haunting
ghost.
and the mental abuse.
Yeah, the
and then
scary.
flying that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's scary.
that's
That is a
scary.
good
I
one.
don't know. That's like up in that 5.
That's the most like
Yeah.
if all this stuff really did happen, that's definitely scary. I'm
That's
a
scary.
little skeptical.
I'm not worried about the black mist anymore. I'm worried
Yeah.
about the knives flying
Yeah,
across the
yeah,
room.
Physical
yeah.
knives.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah, it's
Scary.
creepy. All right, I'm. You know what? I'm going 4 because I don't really believe it. But who am I to say? 5 from Liz. Tom. 5.
Five.
All right.
I'm very curious to know what he made the Ouija board out of.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
also-
that's
was it
a big
cardboard
detail.
or was it like handcrafted carved wood? You know, like
I don't know.
I really want to know.
Yeah.
So you think they just made this up?
yes.
For the
I-
likes
Oh, wait.
to get on
Why
the
would someone
Allagash
do that?
podcast.
I don't. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a pretty it's a pretty cool place to be. No, I don't know. I think, maybe they had a story in their mind and they're like, I'm going to get him. I'm going to just make something up. I don't know.
Brett, the Ghostbusters were like down the street.
They were down. Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm skeptical.
Oh, I don't like it.
I don't know. Maybe I just need more detail. Maybe I just need more like.
Okay, follow
really?
up, please.
Yeah, or don't. I don't
Okay.
want to.
Don't. Please
want
don't
that much
at
more
me,
detail.
Mr. Ghost.
Yeah, but all right. Anyway, great job. Thank you for submitting.
love that
That
one.
was good. That's a good one. All right, this one from Drew. This is the second to last ish half story, and I'm calling this none of your business. So Drew went to a private school. It was built in the 1920s, and he attended the school in the early 2000s. And the school also at the time served as a retirement home for some older nuns. And at the time, it had faded from glory of its heyday. So in an after-school program, he'd volunteer to help retired nuns with maintenance and organization, which would take him into the cavernous and disused basement. So part of this basement was also the locker room. There were discarded fridges, abandoned kitchens. There was weird stuff down the sketchy basement. But part of it was also a locker room, so they'd keep their coats and whatever else. Came to school in the morning. So in 5th grade, he had a nun who taught him penmanship, and his penmanship was bad, so he had to stay behind after class for extra practice. And so on one of those days, he was on his way out to recess, grabbing his coat, and he ran to his locker. And through the aisles of the locker, he saw a nun stoop back, full habit, slowly walking from the exit stairs of the locker room to a deeper portion of the locker room. It's not so out of the ordinary to see a nun wandering around. However, what stood out was she was carrying a chamber stick with a lit candle. The only place I'd ever seen a nun carry a candle was in the chapel, 3 floors above us. And the basement was very well lit by overhead lights. As she walked with the candle, she passed beyond the next row of lockers and out of his view. So he was intrigued, and he pulled on his coat, walked out to the next row where he still couldn't see her. So he started walking to the area where he'd seen her at the far end of the basement, only to find that there was no one there at all, just an empty section of uneven cement. So he went out and enjoyed his recess, but he still can't forget the stooped old nun searching the basement for something with her little lit candle, or perhaps on her way to the basement walk-in for a little snack.
That feels like a story that's been told a few times.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
good. I love
Yeah.
that ending though. Just
That's
like
good.
go get haunted and then be like, she just wanted a little snack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she just snacking.
I mean, I think that's what I'll do if I were a ghost.
Yeah. Whose snacks can you eat?
If you're a ghost, anybody snacks.
Yeah.
You just take whatever you
Did
want.
you see Casper? They ate a lot of
Yeah.
snacks.
Slimer
Yeah.
ate all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a nice place. What do you going? What are you rating there?
I give that one a 2.
A 2? Okay, 2.
I want to go 5 for the storytelling element.
Yeah.
Like it was well put together.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was nice.
Lovely.
Like, yeah.
Are you rating on scariness?
Yep.
Oh, see, we're rating on different stuff. Okay.
I'm just making it up. As I go. I'm just not really rating on anything.
Here's
You
a
rated one of
$1,000
them
prize
Pro
at the
Boys.
end of this, Liz. This matters. No.
There's a $1,000 prize. This next story is by Brett Willis.
I've reserved the last 45 minutes of the podcast to recount my tale.
The
To
windows
try
were
some
shaking.
material out on you.
Try some ghost stories out of you. It's like a comedy bit. Really got to dial this ghost
The
story
ghost
in.
stand up.
Yeah. I got a lot of campfires coming up, guys. I really need to dial this in. All right. I'm going to give this one, I give this one a 4. I thought this was nice. I thought it was really well put together.
Like it.
We are not rating on the same
No,
scale.
no. And I'm glad we're
Okay.
not. Okay. 4-2. Tom, what are you rating?
5.
5. Yeah. Good. All right. The last one is like just a coincidence, I think, but was pretty amazing. So to solicit these stories, we sent out an email through our newsletter. And I sent out that email at 11:55 a.m. in one of these days. So literally 11 minutes prior to me sending out that email, because I sent it out, wasn't really paying too much attention, looked back to see if we got any responses. And I saw an email in my inbox from 11 minutes before I actually sent the send me your haunted story email. And it was from a random person. And the subject was just broken femur. It was very intense. It says, to me, it says, I slipped while walking and fell. Next thing I knew, I'd broken my right femur. It required surgery. That was it.
What?
Right? It's not a scary story. It's not a scary story. It stinks. I'm sorry that this happened. But it was like so random that showed up in my inbox around this time that I was like, what is
Wait,
that? It turns out they've sent other emails, but my guess is it just mistakenly they got my email address in there and we're trying to send it to someone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
yeah. That's a really weird coincidence.
But it was odd enough that I was like, that's just too funny. I have to mention that.
I like that you were like, oh, I hope somebody sent in a story. And you're like, broken femur, let's go. And they're like, I hurt myself.
Yeah, we got one. Oh no, that's just really. I'm sorry. That sucks. That's
Yeah.
too bad.
Those were good stories, Brett.
Thank you. Well, thank you, people, for sending in those stories. That was awesome.
That was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did we total? 3 pool boys and 25 haunted house.
2,500.
Hold on,
Yeah,
we
you
gotta
can
do the
count,
math
you can
on
count them
this.
up.
Yeah, we got some 2.5, lots of
Yeah,
mid-range.
Brett. I
you
feel
know?
like the decimal points.
Oh, we had
Just
an
trying
Oh
to
Brother,
be-
Where Art
Just
Thou?
trying to be
Yeah.
very specific.
Yeah.
I think we got about a case of haunted house at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Some a good.
Um,
You know what? We can tally this up all the way, and then next year we can do another group of these many stories, and we see what sort of
Yeah.
the amount of haunted house that they are all rated.
Great.
Does
I
that
like
mean
that.
people can send in their stories now?
Maybe. I don't know how if we get more than like 9, we're gonna have to start doing like a lottery system and just
Yeah.
lucky people.
The
We're not
first 9 that come in.
coming before
Yeah.
next Halloween.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll send it back up. But thank you. Yeah. Thank you everyone for
That was awesome.
participating. There were a couple we didn't get to just from time perspective, but maybe you are in the running for next year. So we'll put it that way. But
Well,
that was
Everyone
it.
enjoys a haunted house.
Yeah.
And
go
3
on.
Musketeers.
And
Yeah.
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 you like if that's what
And
you
bad
like.
pumpkin.
May your pumpkin carvings be bad and your 3 musketeers be 79% of what you hope for.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks Liz. Thanks Tom. That
Absolutely.
was awesome.
That was great.
This has been an Allagash Brewing production. If you have something you'd like us to talk about or a question for our team, just send us an email at podcast@allagash.com. And as always, thanks for listening.